Okay. Hi. How's it going, guys? All right. The lighting's a little off today. I apologize. What happened was got the here's a piece of it. I've got the world's cheapest ring light that I had gotten from Amazon, and I just snapped it like a twig because I'm that strong. And also it probably wasn't the best quality, and I probably should buy a better one. I do have a whole lighting kit, and I have like actual tripods and all sorts of fun stuff. However, we're trying to work on getting me a little bit of the office space to set up a filming corner, and that's kind of like low on the priorities right now. We've got 3 kids at home, including a 15-month-old, and the 15-month-old, he's real fast. I'm just filming in the quiet and kind of clean corner of our bedroom right now, and this is the only way I'm going to get video reviews moving at any point faster. I promise at some point that there will be editing. I'm not sure if today will be that day. We're going to try just to do it like one long take because it's easier than me trying to figure out when I'm going to sit there and edit things because it's just not happening this week. Today I am here to talk about the Aftershokz Xtrainerz, and they're not my first Aftershokz. I had these, I don't remember what model number these are. These are the older ones. I think I've had them for, this is my second pair. I want to say a year and a half to 2 years maybe. They're wired, but you would charge them so that you could get that vibration, and they would do the bone conduction. I really did like them, and I still use them from time to time. What happened ultimately is that Apple stopped making iPods, and the iPod that I had stopped having full battery life. So then I would scramble and try to buy as many iPods as I could. None of them had a great battery charge, so at one point I looked in my pack and I had 3 iPods and a phone, and I realized that that was probably kind of sad. At that point, I did start trying to use the little dongle that comes with the iPhone because they rid of the little, the headset plug, which is another thing that I'm not a fan of because then you got this like little sticky up part and it's just too much stuff sticking out of my pocket. Eventually, I did get a pair of Bluetooth headphones. I will wear them occasionally. I don't love them. They're not super comfortable. They're okay, but anything longer than like a 30 to 40 minute run and my ears start to hurt, and they're just not comfortable, and I can't hear things around me. It's okay if you're just gonna be doing like loops around the neighborhood, or if you're gonna be someplace where you don't really need to hear as much. I will use them, especially if it's like a windy day and there's not, there's just nothing going on besides. For the most part, though, I do like to be able to hear what's going on around me. With the Aftershokz Xtrainerz, these are not Bluetooth. If you're looking for a Bluetooth option, they have tons of them on their website, but these are, think of them as an iPod shuffle. They have a built-in audio player. They hold, I believe it's 4 gigs of music, and they have an 8-hour battery life. I wrote notes so that I don't forget to talk about the things. Pro, right? I had contacted them before I bought them to see how easy it would be to get playlists. I do have a lot of streaming options. I have Amazon Music, and it was Google Play Music, but now it's turning to YouTube Music, and I've been trying Apple Music. So I do have a lot of different options where I can download playlists and play them. I have found, because I was teaching as a group fitness instructor for many, many years, that sometimes playlists get corrupted. This happened a lot with Google, where I would have this playlist and it would start duplicating songs over and over and over again. So at one point I would have like a 1-hour playlist that would mutate into a 12-hour playlist of like the same 20 songs repeated over and over again. Every so often I have to go through and I'd have to clean those up, or I'd have to delete the playlist and make new ones, and I would find that sometimes songs would no longer be available. So even though it was downloaded on my phone or an iPod, it would vanish. I find that if there's music that I'm playing constantly with different playlists, because there's sometimes you hear a song, you're like, oh, I like that song. You play it a lot, or it could just be me. I find a song and I have to have that song, and I'll buy it because I want to hear it over and over and over again. And I don't mind having playlists. I still have a whole lot of music from the 2000s because you know, some of those mixes were kind of hard to find, and they aren't, I mean, yeah, I'm showing my age. I'll just, anyway, I had to ask them how hard it was to get music on these. So I had emailed them and, hey, you know, is it really hard to get playlists coming from the iTunes ecosystem? And they gave me kind of a step-by-step, this is what you have to do. It's not as easy as, you know, just dragging and dropping. And I kind of went through the list and just proceeded to ignore all the directions and just plugged it into my laptop and proceeded to drag and drop, essentially. I think it could be because I've got an older version of Mac OS. I have a newer iPad. I have a new iPhone. I have a Mac Tower, like it's so old. I have a Mac Pro that is so old we call it Franken Mac. We've done everything we could to upgrade it, and we have gotten to the point where my husband's like, no, you can't keep this. I mean, I still have Aperture on there. I love Aperture, and I know Aperture isn't supported anymore, but I loved Aperture. And I find that when there's something that I really love and they take it away, it's hard to pry that old mouse out of my fingers. You're trying to upgrade me a little bit. I have a Mac Pro or Mac. It's a laptop. It's silver. I'm super technical right now. It is a slightly newer. It's not brand new. It's slightly newer, and that was a couple years ago that I got that. So I'm running Mac OS Mojave 10.14.6. I have no idea how far behind I am. I don't care. I would rather spend my money on running toys. But these were on sale, so they retailed for $149.95, and they were on sale a couple weeks ago. I think they were 20% off. So definitely follow them if you're interested in these. They do go on sale every so often. The Xtrainers were made for swimming, and I really, really, really wish these were around when I was swimming. I swam Masters a while ago. Before we moved here, we used to live in Florida, and I swam Masters, and haven't really swam much since. I'm definitely all run, mostly trail, and starting to bike a little bit, but not in the way that you're thinking of. It's more like chasing the kids and, you know, toddling around with a baby on the back of it. But I do own a bike now, and that bike does have air in its tires, so I'm doing excellent. Definitely not doing a triathlon again, though. That's a whole nother story. But I have done one. I did one a very long time ago, and that was it. So if you ever want to hear my triathlon story, let me know. Otherwise, we're moving on past that. These have an 8-hour battery life, and there is no Bluetooth. If you are looking for Bluetooth, I don't know if I've done a couple takes of this, so I'm hoping that I haven't already talked about the Bluetooth. No Bluetooth. You plug it into your computer, you take your playlist, you drag it onto your headset, and this is your iPod, essentially. So if you like the shuffle, this is your shuffle replacement. Very comfortable. So, okay. All right, we got this little bit right here. Hey, we're designed to go under a swim cap. If you wear headbands, this will work for you. If you wear visors, this will work for you. If you wear truckers, I don't know. I look really, really silly in a trucker, and I keep trying. I have a collection of truckers, but my ears don't fit in truckers. So if you wear truckers, let me know how it works. I tuck it into the head, like the little back of the headband, and it goes flush to my head. It doesn't move. It doesn't bounce. I find that the audio quality on these so much better than the previous versions. These always kind of felt tinny, and I had to crank up the volume to hear anything. These actually have some bass to them, and I'd say sound quality about how the old earbuds were. I don't know if anyone still has those. They changed them when they got bought out, and those used to be my favorite running headphones because you could hear ambient noise and they were comfortable. But once that little like rubber bit fell off, you were doomed because you could never get them to stay on after that. Sound quality is very similar to that earbud, and I think that it's like I almost found the missing spot in my heart where the earbuds used to go with these. I actually have been playing around with my playlist. What I do is, and I know you can do some folders, and it's probably not as intuitive as, say, an Apple product if you were able to. But remember, if you have had a shuffle, how you just kind of dump it all in the shuffle and just hit shuffle. It doesn't work great with audiobooks. It just you know, unless you have it all in one folder, I suppose. But I never had good success with the shuffle and audiobooks. I would just take a bunch of music I like and throw it on there and just let it go. That's what I've been doing with these. So if you have specific playlists that you want to have, you can go through your playlist. But if you have multiple playlists, I think there's a way to navigate it. There was instructions on how to do that. However, I am too unable to focus on directions for very long, so I just kind of just cram it all on there and go for it. You can shuffle through it. You hold on to the volume up for, I think it's like a second or 2 seconds. It beeps and forwards to the next one. I could go without the beep. I kind of wish they didn't beep because if I have my volume lower, if I'm running with my son and I just want to have like a little music in the background, the beep is so loud. And the little audio person in there that is kind of like the voice assistant, or she's not a voice assistant, but she's kind of like, you know, swimming mode on, swimming mode off. She's also kind of loud too. I wish all the audio played at the same level. These are great for, I use them when I'm stroller running and I don't want my son to necessarily listen to what I'm listening to because mommy likes some swear words when she's running. And if you've got them really, really loud, I'm sure someone next to you could hear a little bit coming through because they are conducting. However, if they're that close to you, they're not social distancing. So they're too close. They come with silicone earplugs. If you're swimming, you pop them in to keep the water out and you can hear the music better. I have not taken them swimming because I have not been in a pool this season because I don't have a pool. So I have no place to swim. I could take them into the bathtub and give them a try that way, but I don't feel like that would be a fair real world test. I have taken them running. This is what I'm talking about, running. Beyond that, they're very comfortable. They've got kind of like a soft grippy. I keep playing with them because they're just kind of, it's like a good texture. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I thought they were glittery. They're not. They're speckled, but I prefer to think of it as glitter in my heart. I've got 2 girls, and we have decided to ultimately embrace the fact that our house will always have glitter. If you don't know, glitter is the herpes of crafting supplies, and once glitter comes into your home, you will never get rid of glitter. I don't even buy glitter, and it just sort of magically appears. I think my children are producing it. I think the baby had glitter in his hair the other day, and I don't know where it came from, but we're sparkly. It's not going to change. So be careful before you bring glitter into your house. Just know that that glitter is with you for life. Let's see. We went through all the lists. Let's see. Battery life, no Bluetooth. They're IP68 waterproof. And I have old Mac. I don't know if the newer Macs have the USB thing. If they don't, and you have a question, let me know. I can look it up for you. How I charged it. It has a little cradle. Sit this little contact points into the cradle, and you'll just plug it into your USB. And that's how I also got my music on here. It's a little clunky, but they're trying to keep all the water out of it. If you're a heavy sweater, these are just fantastic. I love these when it looks like it's gonna rain because I don't have to look for a Ziploc bag for my big old phone. I can just throw on my earphones and grab my watch and go. And I am all for not having to carry 35 million things for me to worry about dropping. They're also great if you're on trail and you have open ears and you don't want to worry about stepping on a danger noodle or running into a bear or not a bear, which would be a chipmunk or a squirrel. But you know, it is useful to be able to hear things. They do ship the other ones with a regular foam earplug. I've got a set somewhere. So if it's windy or you want to have a little bit of quieter experience, especially like someplace where it's noisier, those are great, but you can use just about any kind of foam earplug. I personally, if I'm going to be, if it's really, really windy, I have a pair of old school, like over the headphones that I will wear in the winter. And like that works best because it's like an earmuff that keeps your ears warm and you can hear your music. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be working on getting more reviews out. I know I've been kind of behind and I keep promising production value. And hey, we have camera. we're not on a phone today, and we did try the light thing, but I broke it. It's on. I don't really know if it did much of anything, but we should probably, my husband and I, not be such lazy people and set up the filming space. We have big plans though. They involve paint. Like, I want to paint, I want to get up a light kit, I want to have all these things done, but oh, that's my cue. I hear the tiny humans downstairs. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will be checking in and get another review out to you guys soon.